good? What's good, baby? It's your boy Trey, the Sports Junkie, and welcome to another episode of NBS Presents the Stardom Center Fantasy Football Show. Like I said, once again, I'm Trey, the Sports Junkie. I'm here to help you right there, with all your fantasy football needs, your questions. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. What up, Q? If you want to join, you're more than welcome to join, because your boy will be starting today. Trey area, you know what the vibes are. But with that being said, when I give all the list I'm about to give out, remember that they had a game on Thursday night. We had Rams versus Seahawks. Shout out to the Rams getting another dub. Also, shout out to Geno Smith, man. He came in and played well. But I'm really not going to talk about that game. I'm not going to say anything as far as who to start in that game, because the game already happened. And then for all my people that's just waking up, the Jets and the Falcons are playing in London. So that game already started. That game's almost in the fourth quarter. So I'm not going to be bringing up that game. You should have started Kyle Pitts. Me and Q had spoke about that on the Nothing But Sports show. He's having a big game right now. I think he's almost close to 20 fantasy points in PPR leagues. So you should have started him. But we're going to talk about all the games that's about to happen in fantasy football. So let's start right out the gate with my top 5 quarterbacks on the day. I'm going to start with number 5. I'm going Kirk Cousins. Yes, I know Dalvin Cook's banged up. Alexander Madison could pull up and, maybe start that game. But I think Kirk Cousins, coming off of last week's performance that was poor versus the Cleveland Browns, I think he shakes back. I think he has a good game on today. Coming in at number 4, I got Q's boy that I'm trying to give him, but he's not taking the trade. Mac Jones today. Mac Jones versus the Houston Texans. I'm thinking, man, what we doing? What are we doing? I think Mac Jones has a good game today, and he lights up Houston, man. And coming in number 3, I got Taylor Heinicke. Yes, I know. I got my Saints gear on. I'm ready for the game. But unfortunately, I think the Washington football team will win that game today. I'll have to be honest with myself. I do think they're going to win that game today. I think Taylor Heinicke is going to have a good game. Scary Terry McLaurin and company, they probably have a good game as well. But I do got Taylor Heinicke at number 3. At number 2, I got Sam Darnold. I've been probably beating this drum since the beginning of, I have been beating this drum since the beginning of the year. People kept laughing. Now they're not laughing no more. They're seeing what Sam Darnold's doing. And I think today versus Philadelphia, he has another big game with DJ Moore and that explosive offense that Joe Brady put together. Coming at number 1 is my upset special. And we're going to start doing that from now on. When I mention the game, I'm going to tell you the upset special. I'm going to tell you the highest scoring game on the day. So you probably want to pull players from that game if you're thinking about waiver wire pickups. I'm going to tell you the highest scoring game, the lowest scoring game. But this is my upset special. I got Joe Burrow versus the Green Bay Packers. I think the Bengals beat the Packers today. Some people are going to call it an upset because even though the Bengals are 3-1, we're talking about the Packers, the team that was in the NFC Championship game last season. I think that Joe Burrow has a big game on today, and I think the Bengals upset the Packers on the day. We're going to go to running backs. Top 5 running backs on the play. On the day, I got Clyde Edwards-Helaire versus the Buffalo Bills. Now, listen, this is my highest scoring game on the day. If you want to know who's going to score the highest, I think Buffalo and Kansas City will be the highest scoring game on the day. I think both teams can get to 30 points or definitely the upper 20s, maybe even higher than that. You want to start most of the players in that game. You want to start your Patrick Mahomes. You want to start your Josh Allen, your Stephon Diggs, your Travis Kelce, which goes without saying. But you may want to start a McCole Hartman today. Maybe a Josh Gordon. Maybe a Beasley. Maybe a Emmanuel Sanders. Zach Moss. There's a lot of players in this game that you're going to want to start because there's a great chance that these guys score in this game. Coming in number 4 at running back, I'm going Chase Edmonds versus the San Francisco 49ers. I know my 49er fans won't like that, but I'm actually giving y'all props. I think they're going to go after Kyler Murray today. And with them getting after Kyler Murray, I think you're going to get a lot of screens, a lot of dump-offs to Chase Edmonds, especially in a PPR league. I think Chase Edmonds could have a really, really good game on the day. Coming in number 3, I ain't going to lie to y'all, man. This dude kind of got me tight. I ain't going to lie. But Antonio Gibson, I'm going to stick with him. I drafted him. I spent a lot of money in the NBS league. But I'm sticking with him. I think today versus New Orleans, I think this might be another breakout game for him. So I'm going to go with Antonio Gibson at 3. At number 2, I like DeAndre Swift. I know he's going up against the Cleveland Browns. And the Cleveland Browns, I've been hyping them up as well as far as defensively. They have a really, really good defense, y'all. That's a defense that you want to start week in and week out. And we'll talk about them probably later on. But DeAndre Swift catching the ball at the backfield is so valuable in fantasy. And I like Swift a lot today. My number 1 running back is Damien Harris. I know, yes, I'm going to say it again. Damien Harris. I'm not talking about your elite guys. You know you're going to start Zeke. You know you're going to start Dalvin Cook if he plays today. We know we're going to start Aaron Jones, Derrick Henry. We know those guys, Alvin Kamara. But Damian Jones, I think, is going to have a monster game today versus the versus the Houston Texans. I'm going to say Miami. I was tripping. But I got him having a big game today. He's definitely a guy that you want to start. Let's move on to the wide receivers because I want to get to the starting sit-up portion to kind of help you guys out. Wide receivers, I like Brandon Cooks today. I think they're going to be fighting an uphill battle versus the New England Patriots. I think the Patriots jump out on them big, early. I think that the Patriots win this game going away. But I do think Brandon Cooks is going to get some late game stuff that you're going to be definitely happy with in fantasy. So I got Brandon Cooks coming in at number 5. At number 4, I got OBJ. Oh, breaking news, y'all. Breaking news. Let me stop what I'm saying right now. Dalvin Cook is officially out for today's game. Get him out of your lineup. I got him in multiple leagues. I got Dalvin Cook in almost every league. He is out today. You want to take Dalvin Cook out your lineup. Hopefully you got Alexander Madison. If you don't, go pick him up ASAP. I want to stop what I'm doing right now and go pick him up. But I got him in most leagues too, so I'm not going to trip on that. I got other options. But Alexander Madison just became probably the hottest person on the waiver wire market right now because Dalvin Cook is out. But back to receivers. At number 4, I got Odell Beckham versus the Chargers. The reason why I got him at 4 is because the Chargers have a really good defense, but I do expect Odell to have a breakout game somewhat this game. I do think Odell Beckham scores, and that's why I have him in my top 5. Coming at number 3, I like Jacoby Myers, y'all. I just told you. I think the Patriots win this game going away, and if they do, I think Jacoby Myers has a really good game. So I'm going with Jacoby Myers at 3. At number 2, I know y'all know I'm an LSU guy. We know what Jamar Chase brings to the table. But I got T. Higgins today versus the Packers. I think they're going to try to stop Jamar Chase, and that's going to open up a lot of things for T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins is a big play, number 1 receiver, and I think he has a great game today. But coming in at number 1, I know if Keo was on here, and he might join us later, I got Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. I think the Cowboys may be the highest scoring team on the day. I think the Cowboys, yes, Cowboy Nations, y'all don't have to get all excited. We understand. Y'all playing the Giants. Calm down. I don't want to hear they beat your Saints last week, X. I don't want to hear all that. We understand that the Saints are not the Saints right now. We have some things we need to figure out. Deshaun Watson, what's up? We need you in New Orleans. But that's neither here nor there. I got Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb having a monster game today. So they're my number 1 receiver. I know it's supposed to be one guy. I'm putting both of them right there. Let's go to the top 5 fantasy play at tight end. You know you start Travis Kelce, and you know you start Darren Waller. If you have George Kittle, like my man Q does, Corey Davis, you see? You should have traded him to me. You had a chance. My man said Corey Davis is trash. Come on, you don't do that. But tight end George Kittle is out today, so you got to find another tight end. Well, I'm going to help you with that. Coming in number 5, I got Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz. Yes, I think he's going to have a good game. I just told you, I think the Cowboys may be the highest scoring team on the day. Look, now you want to do the trade. Shout out to Q, man. We'll talk about it after the show, boss. But Dalton Schultz, I think the Cowboys may be the highest scoring team today, so I'm going to go with Dalton Schultz at my number 5 position. I do have Juwan Johnson at 4. I feel like Jameis Winston has some type of connection with him, and we all thought it was going to be Callaway in the preseason, but for whatever reason, I feel like Jameis has taken a step back during the regular season. I don't feel he's aggressive enough, but he does like Juwan Johnson. I think if you're looking for a tight end today to play, Juwan Johnson's definitely going to make you happy. Coming in number 3, I just said the highest scoring game on the day, Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs' defense have been terrible. Let's just call a spade a spade. The Chiefs have been terrible on defense. Buffalo's been extremely hot. Josh Allen has the weapons. I think Dawson Knox has a good game on the day. Coming in number 2 is actually my tight end in the NBS league, Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki with Barrett in the game. He's been playing way, 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 way better than with Tua. And I think he has another good game on the day. So I'm going with Gesicki at number 2 versus the Bucs. We know they're probably going to get blown out, so they're going to have to throw the ball in that game. And number 1, to me, we really should have him as an elite guy, even though he hasn't had an elite year. But I'm going Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is pretty much a must-start, but people is not looking at him as an elite guy in the NBS brand. So we're going to say Mark Andrews at the number 1 tight end position on the day. Let's get to the flex plays on the day. This kind of switches up because something just happened. So you definitely want to start Alexander Madison. If you have Alexander Madison, he's really more than a flex. He's actually an RB1, RB2, because I feel like they don't miss a beat when Dalvin Cook's out. Shout out to Alexander Madison. But coming in number 5 as a flex play, Cole Beasley. I just told y'all, highest scoring game on the day will be Chiefs versus Bills. I like me some Cole Beasley. Even if the Chiefs try to take away Stephon Diggs, Beasley's going to have a monster game to me, catch about 5 catches and possibly a touchdown. So I'm going with Cole Beasley versus the Chiefs. Coming in number 4 in the flex play, I got Josh Jacobs. I know people will start him as a running back 1 or 2. With him nicked up and then with Drake getting some touches, Barber getting some touches, I like Jacobs, but I don't love him. So I would start him as a flex if I have better options at running back like Alexander Madison. If you ask me that question, Madison or Jacobs, I'm starting Madison. But as a flex, I like Josh Jacobs today versus the Chicago Bears. And sticking in that same game, I like Damien Williams. And I like Damien Williams slightly above Josh Jacobs only because Fields is the quarterback, and I feel like they're going to try to run the football a lot, drop off a lot of screens in Matt Nagy's offense. So I'm going to go with Damien Williams with the number 3 spot. Number 2 spot, I'm staying in this game again. So that's 3 in a row. I'm calling this guy Mr. Flex at this moment, Hunter Renfrow. I actually just traded him in the NBS league, which I'm not happy about, but the dude is a monster, man. He's getting the targets. He's the second most targeted person on the Las Vegas Raiders team behind Darren Waller. And Derek Carr loves this kid. I think he has a big game today. He may even score. And my number 1 flex option on the day is Chubba Hubbard. Yes, we know that Christian McCaffrey's out. Going up against the Philadelphia Eagles, I look for this kid to catch a couple of screens in this game. I like the Panthers to win that game, so I'm going with Chubba Hubbard as my number 1 flex play on the day. Let's get to the defenses. I'm going to go through them quick. If you have the Browns, they're not going to be in my top 5, but I do think they're a great, great start, even though they're going up against the Chargers in that offense. But coming in number 5, I got the Cardinals. You don't be mad at me. I got the Cardinals at number 5 versus the San Francisco 49ers. Trey Area gets his first start. He has to show me first. He's talented. We understand that. Trey Area is talented, but he has to show me first. The Cardinals are undefeated. The Cardinals have a high-octane offense. I think that he's going to have to score points to keep up. And with him having to score points to keep up, he may be prone to a couple of picks. So I'm going to go with the Cards at 5. Coming in at number 4, I got the Broncos versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think this is the lowest scoring game on the day. You could possibly put Pittsburgh close to the top 5. I think the Broncos and Pittsburgh will be the lowest scoring game on today. So if you're a betting man and you have to bet on who's the lowest scoring game of the day, I would go with Broncos versus Steelers. I think this is going to be somewhat of a slugfest defensively. I do think there's going to be a lot of interceptions in this game. I do think there may be a lot of fumbles in this game. It's just going to be a sloppy game all over. So I'm going to go with the Broncos at number 4. At number 3, I got the Ravens versus the Indianapolis Colts. To me, the Colts, man, they just leave a lot to be desired. I'm not impressed with what's going on in Indianapolis. I was a Frank Reich guy when he got the job. I said that's who they should go get. They got him, but Carson Wentz, for whatever reason, has just not lived up to the hype. I know they won, last week, I think, but I think they definitely lose this week versus the Ravens, and I just think the Ravens are going to just outclass them at everything. So I'm going with the Ravens at number 3. At number 2, I got the Bucs versus the Miami Dolphins. The Bucs are going to win this game going away. The Dolphins are going to have to fight. They're going to have to fight in the fourth quarter just to even maybe get a couple of points on the board. But I do have the Bucs winning this going away. But my number 1 defense on the day is the New England Patriots. Yes, I know they got rid of Gilmore. Gilmore hasn't even played this year for the Patriots, so that doesn't even matter. But they're going up against the Houston Texans. Davis Mills, he's not that guy. I mean, he's right now, shout out to him. I wish him nothing but the best. But anytime you're going up against Davis Mills, man, you have to go ahead and start that defense. And that's my number 1 defense on the day, the New England Patriots. Let's get to the kickers, because kickers can win you a game. You may laugh, but if you don't take this serious, you could end up with a L in fantasy football this week. Coming at number 5, I got McPherson versus the Packers. I told you I like the Bengals to upset the Packers, so I'm going McPherson versus the Packers. At number 4, I like Greg Zuerlein versus the New York Giants. Even though he hasn't been great this season, I do expect him to get a lot of kicks up because I do think the Cowboys may score, the most points this week. Coming at number 3 and 2, I got the game that I told you was the highest scoring game on the day. I got Tyler Bass and Harrison Butker in that Kansas City Bills matchup. I think both guys are going to have a lot of points in this game. Both can get maybe around 8 to 10 fantasy points. You definitely want to start both of them. My number 1 kicker on the day is Daniel Carlson versus the Chicago Bears. I just think the Raiders and the Bears, they're going to score, but they're not going to score that many points, but they are going to kick a lot of field goals in this one. And I expect Carlson to make a lot of those field goals. So I'm going with him as my number 1 kicker on the day. All right, y'all. Finally, we got through all the top 5s as far as who to start at each position. Now we're going to go to top 5 waiver wire pickups on the day. So I want you to go right now. You have a situation, you don't know who to pick up. I'm about to tell you. Coming in at number 5, I got Tyler Conklin, the tight end from the Minnesota Vikings. I'm about to say the Timberwolves. Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns, man. But I got Tyler Conklin, man. I got him coming in number 5. I think he has a good game today. I think he's a good pickup. He's played very well as a tight end. Go look at his numbers. He's had double-digit games, multiple games this season. I think that he could become a great fantasy tight end down the road. So you definitely want to go pick him up, and you may be able to play him. I know, Q, you don't have George Kittle this week. Conklin would be a great, great, great addition. Breaking news, Joe Mixon will play today, but I do think Samaje Perine is worth a waiver wire pickup. I'm not saying you start him today, but Joe Mixon is nicked up, so you definitely can go pick up Samaje Perine and maybe start him in a flex spot. I personally wouldn't start him, but I would definitely stash him away and maybe see what's going on with Joe Mixon. And number 3, Q's going to like this, and all my 49er fans are going to like this. Trey Lance, man. I'm going Trey Lance. You pick him up today, you don't have to play him today. He's one of those guys that I think you want to have on your bench because if he does have big games, you can definitely trade him. He's a tradable asset. And I'm going to be honest with you. Dare I say, if he upsets the Cardinals today, The job might be his. The job might be his. So all my Jimmy Garoppolo people out there that have him on their roster, you might want to go get Trey Lance, because if he wins the game today, Jimmy G might be out of there. So I'm going to say Trey Lance at number 3. At number 2, I'm going Khalif Raymond. This guy's coming off of 2 back-to-back double-digit games, 20 last week in PPR leagues, in the NBS league. This guy is emerging as one of the better receivers in Detroit. I think you can pick him up and put him in your flex spot, and you might get a dub with him. And then number 1 is clear as day. I had him on here before I even knew Dalvin Cook was out. Alexander Mattison. It's no doubt is the number 1 waiver wire pickup. If he's in the waiver wires, you want to go pick him up. And not only do you want to pick him up for this week, you want to stash him away, because Dalvin Cook has been nicked up, and not just this year, but in the past. So I like me some Alexander Mattison. Let's go to the store and stash portion of the show. This is what I'll tell y'all. As far as store and stash, this is a guy that you may not play today, tomorrow, the next day, next week, but you want to store and stash. All running back handcuffs. That's Alexander Mattison. That's Chubba Hubbard. That's Alex Collins. Whoever is the handcuff to your starting running back, I would tell you right now is the time to go get that handcuff and store and stash them. Make a roster spot. You don't want to be left out with a situation like Chris Carson and you don't have nobody else to play. Or you don't want to be stuck out with a Dalvin Cook or Christian McCaffrey situation and you don't have nobody else to play. So store and stash the backups, the handcuffs, and I think you'll be in good position as far as your elite running backs are concerned. All right. We'll get to social media right now, y'all, because I'm getting some social media questions right now. Feel free in the chat to say, ask any question that you want to ask. But my man Christopher just hit me up. He said Devontae Smith or Laviska Shenault today. I'm going with Devontae Smith. Even though they're going up against Carolina, there's no J.C. Horn right now. There's no Stephon Gilmore. I understand they got C.J. Henderson. But I do think the Eagles can score in this game. Even though the Panthers have a good defense, missing J.C. Horn is big time for them. So I'm going to go with Devontae Smith in this as far as these two. So, Chris, I got Devontae Smith in a PPR flex. My boy Brett wants to know, Marvin Jones or Damien Harris? I like both plays today. But if you ask me to lean towards one, obviously I'm going Damien Harris. I told you guys, Damien Harris to me is the number 1 running back outside of the elite guys. I look for him to have a big, big game on the day. Then my boy Dejon wants to know, flex play. Melvin Gordon, Marvin Jones, Sammy Watkins, or Devin Singletary. Ooh, golly. Gordon in Pittsburgh, they're not going to score a lot. Marvin Jones. I'm either going Marvin Jones or Devin Singletary. I'm going to go Marvin Jones. I'm going Marvin Jones in that one. It's close, though. Singletary may get a score. So shout out to Dejon, man. I appreciate you, boss. Always showing love. My boy Miles wants to know, Jalen Waddle or Rondell Moore? I'm going Waddle. They're going to have to fight to catch up. Waddle's big play, so I'm going with Waddle. Shout out to you, Miles, bro. Appreciate you, boss. And then last but not least, Lance wants to know, Chubba Hubbard over Antonio Gibson? Hell nah. And I like Chubba Hubbard. I'm not starting Chubba Hubbard over Antonio Gibson. That's craziness. You'll be beating yourself up over that. Antonio Gibson, he hasn't played great, but he still has had 3 double-digit games. We're not going to sit here and do that. In PPR, he's had 3 double-digit games, so let's not get super crazy right now. All right, let's go to the stardom sit-em portion. I'll say I got some names right here that I got people was asking me about. I'll tell you, if I was starting or sit-em, feel free in the chat to let us know. Daniel Jones versus the Dallas Cowboys. Man, I'm sitting that dude. I think he's had some good games, and he's a top 10 fantasy quarterback. but I think the Cowboys are going to get a couple of picks in this game. I know he knows the Cowboys defense, but I don't like it. I don't like what's going to happen today. I think that the Cowboys win this game going away. Kenneth Gainwell versus Carolina. I kind of like Kenneth Gainwell. I think he's another store and stash guy. I'm sitting him, though. I think Carolina wins this game. Not in a blowout, but pretty easily. So I'm going to say Kenneth Gainwell, I'm going to sit him. Michael Pittman versus Baltimore. I'm starting Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's the #1 receiver in Indianapolis. No T.Y. Hilton, we understand that. But Pittman has shown that, you can rely on him in fantasy. So I'm going with Michael Pittman. Oh, Lord. Look, we got a special guest. You want to drop through? All right, man.
My bad, man.
What up,
My
Theo?
apologies for the tardiness. I had to take care of a few things.
It's all good, boss. Well, I'm on the start him, sit him portion. I'm gonna name the last two, and I'm gonna see what you want to say, and then you can give me 5 if you want. But Cameron Brate, are you starting him or sitting him today versus the Miami Dolphins?
Did you say Cameron Brate?
Yeah.
I'm sitting him.
Okay. I agree with you on that.
I don't think he's gonna get enough targets, and any type of production. I would definitely sit him. They got too many weapons there.
Okay. Tony Pollard.
I'm starting him. But the only best shot I'm starting him is at a flex position. If I'm in a deep league, like a 16 team type of league, I probably would start him too, especially in a 16 team type of league like in the NBS league. But as far as 12 team league, if you got somebody more qualified and better, I would go over Tony Pollard, but I would start Pollard.
Okay, I'm actually with you on that. Tony Pollard, I would start him in a deep league. Anything outside of that, maybe not, but I do like me some Tony Pollard. I think he's a very explosive player, and I do think the Cowboys blew out the Giants today, so I like Tony Pollard as well.
Tony Clutch.
Oh, there he goes. That's why you beat me, because of Tony Pollard. Let's not forget.
Come on, man. Let's not live on the past.
Oh God! All right, you want to give 5 names?
Okay. 5 names that I'm going with. I don't know if I missed it, but would you start or sit Trey Lance?
I would actually sit him, but I do think that he could take over the job moving forward, but I would sit him me.
Okay. Now David Montgomery's out, and I'm in a situation with myself. So would you start or sit Damian Williams?
Absolutely starting. Absolutely. With Fields in the backfield with them, I think that he's almost a must start at this position, because I look for a lot of screens in that offense. So absolutely starting.
Okay. Next guy I got up is, I'm gonna go with the debut of Josh Gordon.
No, I'm sitting Josh Gordon. We're not doing that. He could have a good game, but I can't afford a 0 game. So I'm gonna say I would sit him.
Wow. Okay. All right. Are you starting or sitting Devontae Parker?
I'm gonna start him, because I think that they're gonna have to fight back. We know the Bucs are gonna score a lot of points, so I'm gonna say you definitely want to start him.
All right. Okay. Last but not least, are you starting or sitting Robbie Anderson?
Oh, I'm starting him. I think Robbie Anderson's about to start finding his way.
Well, you said he would catch a touchdown yesterday. You were wrong about that.
He didn't catch a touchdown, but he did get double digits last week. So we're not going to do that.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad.
So I do think he may score today, though. I do, because what DJ Moore has been able to do up until this point, I look at it, I say to myself, man, at some point, defense is going to try to stop DJ Moore, and that's going to open up everything. That's going to open up the floodgates for Robbie Anderson because he's such a big play wide receiver. All right, Keo, we're going to go to the buy or sell segment of the show. Just tell me, who would you sell right now? Who are you selling? Who you gave up on? You like, I'm done with that situation. There's no way I'm keeping him.
I am selling George Kittle, man.
That's a good one.
I know our good friend Q, he's a Niners fan. I know he got George Kittle, but hey, man, you got to call it what it is, man. George Kittle, he's not going to have that type of season. George Kittle is injury prone. George Kittle is no longer a top 3 tight end in the game. The dude is basically falling off like Zach Ertz right now, and that's who he's becoming. And man, and that's what I think when it comes to George Kittle. So I'm definitely letting him go ASAP, man.
All right. Well, I'm about to shock everybody what I'm about to say in a sense. I'm selling the Seattle Seahawks. Everybody.
What? You tripping, man? DK, really?
Too. Listen, I know Geno Smith.
He caught a touchdown pass with DK, man.
Let me finish.
Come on, man.
Chris Carson has a neck injury. That, to me, is not what's up. Geno Smith, Russell Wilson's going to be out for more than half of the season now. So if you can get off of him to a team that's probably undefeated within your league, that's maybe wants to upgrade at quarterback, you give him Russell Wilson, you get somebody else, fill another void within your team. But you got to get off of Russell Wilson, especially if you're not winning right now. And then when I think about Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, Geno Smith looked okay. He did. I'm not going to lie. But we have to remember, he did throw a pick to end the game. And you have to think to yourself, was it his fault? No, but I will say this. It's Geno Smith still. I think he kind of surprised the Rams somewhat. Now, people are going to be game planning for him. I don't know if I love Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf the same. I mean, I don't love them the same. I don't think. Geno Smith, no matter what he does, he's not Russell Wilson. We're not going to sit here and act like he is. Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf are good receivers, but they benefited a lot from playing with a future Hall of Fame quarterback. I would sell DK Metcalf right now. If I could get me somebody that, is reliable, I would definitely trade DK Metcalf. And I know people are going to say, X, you got him in a couple of leagues. Hey, come on at me. You could have DK Metcalf for the right price. I'm not going to let you lowball me, but I would sell him because I don't think he's going to be as productive with Geno Smith as he was with Russell Wilson. So I'm selling the entire Seattle Seahawks team at this point. All right, Keo, who are you buying? Who are you thinking to yourself, man, I got to go get that guy right now while his stock is kind of down. I can pick him up right now. I can go get him for the low, and he could definitely pan out for me and maybe win me a championship this season. Do we have Keo, or he stepped away again? Well, I'll go then. Since Keo stepped away for a second. Everything Panthers. Listen to me. If you're tuned in, everything Panthers. I know Robbie Anderson hasn't been great. Go get him anyway. DJ Moore. Somebody's trying to trade me Devontae Adams for DJ Moore. I know people are going to say XU Wallet, but he wants something else with that. I'm not giving DJ Moore and something that's really good. I'll just say what it is. DJ Moore and Dalvin Cook for Devontae Adams. There's no way on earth I would ever do that. I am here to tell you, DJ Moore is a stud. I predict the top 5 fantasy receiver this season, and so far he's definitely made me look really good. Sam Darnold is not even owned in, I think, 70% of fantasy football leagues. Listen to me. Go get him. Go get him. I'm telling you, I just traded for him. I traded Derek Carr for him right before Derek Carr's game. And you know what? Darnold had a good game. Carr, not so much. I'm here to tell you, Sam Darnold in that offense is a good pickup. I know Christian McCaffrey's banged up, but if you can go get him right now, go get him. This team is really good offensively. I'm going everything Panthers right now as far as buy. Do we have you back
My
here?
bad. My apologies. I had it on mute. But a guy that I would buy and go after right now. I'm just saying for the low right now, for the cheap price, I'm I'm gonna I'm gonna go buy me some. I'm gonna go buy me some Brandon Cooks, man. Give me some of that. Um,
Okay.
Brandon Cooks, he's been o- overperforming. I didn't expect him to put the fantasy type of numbers he's putting up right now. Um, Obviously, he's their only target, and I like me some Brandon Cooks, man. If I could get him to add my flex, because man, in the NBS league I got DeAndre Hopkins and Tyreek Hill. It doesn't get any better than that.
No, Lord,
Um,
here we
and
go.
I'm 3-1, by the way. Just wanted to put it out there. But 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 yeah, man. I would I would go after Brandon Cooks, man. That's a guy. That's a guy I definitely would go after for the cheap price right now.
Okay. Well, with that being said, y'all, if anybody has a question, feel free to ask. But we get into the last portion of the show, the stud, dud, and sleeper of the week. Keo, let's go to sleeper first. Who's your sleeper of the week?
My sleeper of the week. My sleeper of the week. I am going with. Man, I'm going with Odell Beckham as my sleeper of the week
Okay.
against the LA Chargers. I think he's going to have a great game. I said sleeper because Odell Beckham, he's returning. He hasn't had, a great consistent game since he's been back. So I'm going to go with Odell Beckham for sleeper of the week.
Okay. Give us a number. What he's gonna score? Sleeper of the week. Well, just a projection. What you think? What he's gonna score today?
I think I think he'll be targeted over 10 or more. Um, I I expect him to have a touchdown receptions, and he will eclipse 100 yards receiving today.
Oh wow, that's a big time sleeper. Okay. You and I agree. I mean, you and I agree as far as big time sleeper. I got Damien Harris. I think Damien Harris is going to get fantasy owners at least 15 to 20 fantasy points today. It could be even more. I like this kid a lot. I know a lot of people want to put him in the flex spot. That's not bad. But I just think that this game is going to be one-sided. Mac Jones is going to get it going. So I'm going with Damien Harris. Let's get to our dud of the week. Who's the dud of the week, Keo?
Oh, that's easy, man. I'm going with Taylor Heineke as my dud of the
Oh,
week,
yeah.
man.
I hope you're right.
He will he will absolutely do nothing against this Saints defense, who's hungry for a win, which is coming up off from a loss. Players getting healthy on the defensive side. When this defense is healthy, they're one of the best in there, and I think they're just gonna, I think they're gonna continue to throw the ball with Jameis, and I know Saints fans, including people like you, are down on Jameis Winston right now, but I think I think give him some time, man. It's his first year as a starter, man. Let's not panic right now. And I think they'll continue to feed the ball to Alvin Kamara once again. So I think this team, I think the Saints are going to win this game convincingly. That's why I do have Taylor Heineke struggling in this game. He will throw under 200 yards. I think he'll get picked off at least twice today.
Well, I hope you're right, obviously, but I don't think you are, unfortunately. But mine's gonna shock some people. I had Damien Harris as my sleeper. My dud of the week is Najee Harris. He would not get 12 fantasy points today. I know a lot of people is gonna be upset with that. I think that's the lowest scoring game on the day, Broncos versus Steelers. I think that Najee Harris, if he gets to 12, and I'm saying if he gets to 12, is because he catches the ball. We understand he catches a lot of passes on the backfield. But I think Najee Harris struggles today, so I'm going with him as my dud of the week. Keo, who is your stud of the week?
My stud of the week, this is a no-brainer for me. I'm going with Baker Mayfield as my stud of the week.
Oh, wow.
Against the LA Chargers. Against the LA Chargers, I expect this game to be a shootout. Of two quarterbacks that people some people may like and some people may dislike. So and these are two of my favorite quarterbacks that's rising in the game right now. So I'm looking forward to this, but I expect this game to be a shootout. I think Baker Mayfield will have his best game so far from this season, and we're going to see a lot of Baker Mayfield. We're going to see a lot of touchdowns. I expect Baker Mayfield to throw at least for 300 yards. I think we'll have at least 3 scores in this game, and I got Baker Mayfield for my stud of the week.
Okay. Keo. You
should be cheering for him because you got Baker Mayfield.
Woo! Chill out, man. Well, I'm going to tell you, boss, you're about to get excited. My stud of the week, as much as it pains me to say this, is Dak Prescott. I think Dak has a monster.
Oh, let's go, baby.
I think the Cowboys scored the most points today. They're going to be the highest scoring single team out there today. I think Dak may throw 4 touchdowns in this game, 3 minimum, may rush 1. I think it's going to be completely one-sided. The Giants they did play well last week against the Saints, but I think the Cowboys are going to send a message that, yeah, we're trying to win this division, and we're going to show you that we're the big brothers in this division. So I got Dak Prescott as my stud of the week. Well, there y'all have it. Y'all got the stud, the dud, the sleeper, the top 5s, the start 'em, sit 'em, the stash, store and stash, the buy and sell. We hope we helped you. Keo, let's get to these shout-outs.
Yo, shout out to you for holding it down throughout the show. My apologies once again for being late today. But I'm thankful for you as to holding it down for the show. Shout out to everybody that tunes and supports the show. And hopefully, we're able to help you out for this week in week 5 in the NFL. Shout out to the whole NBS team, man. It's getting lit for the brand as of late, man. Shout out to the Let's Talk About It show with CC, Red, Q. Shout out to GBD, Justin. We got the NBS show coming up. If you guys missed it, we did a recap on the Super Fight predictions to those of you who are a fan of battle rap. But with that being said, man, hope you guys have a great week in football, and we'll see you guys later this week.
Definitely. Shout out to Keo, man. Even though he came through late, he came through. You have to respect that. So it's all love. Right now, the Falcons pretty much put the nail in the coffin with the late touchdown. I think by Mike Davis just now, I believe. Yeah, Mike Davis just scored, putting them up 27-17 or 26-17. Born the extra point. Shout out to the Jets. Just looking at it, Matt Ryan threw for over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cardell Patterson had over 100 all-purpose yards. I don't think he scored, though. No, Mike Davis had a touchdown, a little over 50 yards rushing. And Kyle Pitts had the best game of his career so far. Over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown. I figured he would have a big game today. I know me and Keo spoke about it this past week, and me and my little brother Vic spoke about it. I thought if there was a chance for him to have a big game, it would be this week because the Jets, first they're playing the Jets, second, no Calvin Ridley, which was big time. But there you have it, 27-17, a little over 2 minutes left in that game. The Falcons like they're going to wrap that game up. But with that being said, look, y'all, like Keo said, the brand is expanding, man. We doing big things. If you haven't yet, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel, NBS Central, for all your latest updates in fantasy football, all your latest updates in sports, all your latest updates in battle rap, and all your latest updates in pop culture, because we have shows for all of those things. With that being said, good luck on the day. If you do lose today, you have nobody but to blame but yourself. But if you win, like Drake said, man, thank us later. We definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all, and we are out. Peace.